Hey everybody, it's Julia, and I just received the Trailgater. It is from Outback Adventures. It's a tailgate table for the JK, made in the United States, Murray, Utah. And I opted for, let me open it up, the hammered tone finish. The bottom of the tray is stainless steel. The backsplash, I guess is what they call it, comes in either stainless, actually it's a silver powder coat, or the hammer tone, or you can get it in black. And then I opted for the bamboo. I went back and forth between the white HDPE, thinking, yeah, I can throw it in the dishwasher, but the bamboo is just so pretty. And when the table is up, the bamboo is on this side, and then it shows through there. They sent the hardware with it. They gave me one extra of each, which is nice, because, you never know if you drop something. And it should be pretty easy install. I have seen a few videos. So we're going to go ahead and get this done, and I'll be back and show you how it's done. All right, we're about to get started. I've got the table sitting in here with my little supplies, and the only tool you'll need is a Phillips head screwdriver. So I'm going to pop off this black plastic piece right now. All right, I've got it on. That was pretty easy. I put the blind nut inserts in. That was a little bit harder than I thought. I actually used the butt end of my screwdriver handle to push them in. And then it took a little, this one's probably the hardest to make sure you get lined up. So I actually, since my Jeep is red and since the little nutserts were red, I took a black Sharpie marker and marked the spot, let me show you, and marked the center of this so I had something to aim for, because it's really hard to see. Maybe it's just my almost 60-year-old eyes that had a hard time seeing it. But if I marked it with a black Sharpie, that way I had something to aim towards. Because when you get this nutsert pushed in there, it's tight down all the way like that. So you have to get the tip of the screw that they give you. You have to aim that right in that center part to break it open and to start it. But once we did that, it was pretty easy. I did not use a power tool. They don't want you to, which I can see why. I have seen some people do that, and I think just at the end they don't go in all the way. After that, they use a hand tool. I am going to cut my little black piece. I do want to get this covered up because I did just win the Cleanest Jeep Award, and I don't like things not looking good. So that's it. Thanks. Okay, I put the rubber grommets on. It did come with these little rubber grommets, I guess they're called. Mine don't match. They are different on each side slightly. I mean, I don't think it matters, but I just think it's kind of interesting. And one thing I realized I forgot to do, I didn't put the washers on. But I don't want to take them out, so I think I'm just going to leave it. I don't think it'll matter, but I kind of wished I had done that. I just completely forgot. Okay, so I cut the plastic part, but I also have to cut a notch. So basically where that blue tape is, I have to cut that out too, because it still doesn't fit. And I am using this hacksaw. It's working pretty good, actually, making a pretty smooth cut. So we'll keep at it. Okay, I got that done. It doesn't seem like it's seating perfect, but at least that's covered. I did end up notching this little corner here to kind of round it off a bit. So that worked. It wasn't the easiest thing, but it's done, and I like it looking a little more finished that way. They did give me these things, and they are called, they're supposed to fit in here on the pins, and it's supposed to be like almost like a toggle. I'm wondering if they're for the JL and not the JK, because the instructions don't look like this table looks. So I'm gonna see if indeed these are for the JK and I can get it to work, because as you can see, there's not a lot of space over here. And I kind of got it in there, but I didn't get it to seat properly either. So I don't know, I'm gonna email them and ask them about that and see if they have some better instruction or a video on how to do that. Let me get the bamboo table. All right, and there it is with the table in there. I love that. I am going to buy some food grade mineral oil I'm going to wash it, I'm going to oil it. That is the one downside to the bamboo, is you do have to take care of it as you would any wood cutting board at home. That is kind of why I originally thought I'd get the HDPE one, the plastic one, but I sure like the way the bamboo looks, and I know I'll be happy with it, so it's not that big a deal. It was really hard to get this closed. It is very tight in there. I don't know if it's because of those rubber grommets, and that's why it pushes on that so much. That could be. Like I said, I did notice a few different options that came with this one compared to the early models of the table. Like those rubber grommets, those weren't in the earlier models, and neither were these guys, and these are called pin lifters. Yeah, I'm gonna have to email them and see how that works. But anyways, it's a beautiful table. I'm very happy to have it, and I think it's gonna serve me well. Thanks. Hey, a little edit to say, I did take off the rubber grommet just on the right side, and then it closed like it should. I think this one is just fatter than the one that's on the left side. I mean, it's definitely fatter. I knew they looked different. So on this one, I just took it off. But you know, it doesn't move or rattle even without it, so I don't think it's going to be a big deal. So I'm just taking it off. All right, that's it. I promise I won't be coming back. Hey, I know I said I wouldn't be back again, but here I am. I just wanted to update on these pin lifters. I did figure out how to get these in here. And the tricks of this, getting it to work, are to push this little pin out. Then you slip the plastic piece in under there. But the other thing, the original time I was having trouble, was I didn't get this seated in there all the way, so therefore it was making my pin too short. So I took a pair of needle nose pliers and pressed it in there so that you can see now that ring is fully seated. And it needs to be fully seated in there as well. So as long as you get that fully seated, then that little guy works perfectly. It is a nice addition because it does make it easier to open than just pulling the ring. And I did end up shaving the fronts of these washers just because it was too tight. It was too tight of a fit. And I had to squish to get the table to close. But now that goes, and then you just pop. That makes it much easier. So very happy with this table, and I highly recommend it. Made in the USA in Murray, Utah. I'm going to get a lot of good use out of this. All right, I am really done now.